Hello and good evening. My name is Mike Reed, and I am here with a video for you to talk about some current events in the commercial appliance industry. Let's see here. Now, this show works best with audience participation. With that said, one second. We're going to get started in just a minute. Broadcasting on Instagram as well as YouTube, and then also on Facebook under the New to Commercial banner. Untankango, what's happening? I was watching another stream earlier today from Mike Sneed. And yeah, apparently you guys are going through it. Nobody wants to do the work that it takes to be independent. Everybody wants to be told what to do. And that comes with problems, because that creates a conflict when it comes to you running your business. Yet you're relying on someone else to tell you what to do. You're relying on someone else to tell you what to charge. That's not your own business. You're essentially an employee when it comes to that point. So we really do need a shift in mindset. That is first and foremost in the business. I have just been exhausted lately working with just dealing with the different products that my clients have. I really do need to explain to you all the differences between. Need to set this up. All right, so there is a fundamental difference between residential appliance service and commercial appliance service. And in the what is this thing called? Is let me do EcoTrack. The other one, I have to remember what the other one is called. So there's two fundamental differences. In residential, you're constantly chasing after the next call. You're relying wholly and completely on an influx of calls coming in just from the ether. You have no idea where your next call is coming from, and you have to be okay with that. After a certain amount of time, you will get a little weary of that one. You get a little tired of that. So when it comes to the flip side of that, the other side of the coin is when it comes to commercial appliances, um, you you are keying in on a particular client. What do I mean by that? What I mean is when you're dealing with a particular client. Let me see if I can. Oh, there's Josh Zolan. When you're dealing with a particular client, let's just say it's Velvet Taco, right? Let's just say it's Velvet Taco. Where Let me see if I can find some pictures of Velvet Taco. When a service provider gains a client, you're not just getting one item. So like when you're getting a referral, it's on one item. It is up to you. It is up to you to take that one service call and flip that into everything that you can possibly service. Now, in the case of a Velvet Taco, a service provider like myself, I get called to Velvet Taco for the ice machine. Right? They have a brand that I take care of. I can go into a Velvet Taco. I can go ahead and service the ice machine, and then you see the grill. Then I go ahead and present my services for the grill. They have a speed oven. I present my services for the speed oven. They have now every single Velvet Taco has a spaceman. Anybody heard of spaceman? So this is spaceman. Spaceman Fortis. Every single location has one of these. They have I think it's a 62. No, it's not an upright. Yeah, it's a 6235, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a 6235, 6236. Each one has a 6236C. And some of them have multiple. Like in the airport, they actually have two because it's such a high volume location. So you take one and you turn that into 10 different products that you're servicing. So you're not looking for just one particular call. That one client is then going to call you at least once a month for every month. So that's 12 calls a year. You're looking at a minimum of 12 calls a year per location. Ones like this, I'm not the only servicer for them, but ones like this, so I'm looking at possibly 4 or 5 different locations. They have more, but 4 or 5 different locations. So you do the math. So you're looking at maybe 60 calls that I would get just for one Velvet Taco. And you're going to multiply that by each item. Let's say they have at least some locations have 2, other locations have up to 4 deep fryers. So you always have that to work on. Smart Care. Now, I am very fortunate where my clients, hey, learn to trade, what's happening? Yeah, I know you got to be. All right, so learn to trade is a great example on this because he has multiple items. When he gets called out to a location, there are multiple items that he can service. So it's a completely different situation than when you go out and you're getting called on a residential, and it's typically for one call, and maybe they will stretch it out to a couple other items. But you might get a call once every 3 to 5 years from a residential client, but you're going to get a call once a month from each location that you have on the commercial side, at least once a month. So there is a lot more job security. It's a lot more stable. What I've been hearing lately online is everybody's been having the same problem I have, and that's that these clients have woken up to the fact that they don't want to replace their equipment, especially times like this when things get a little lean. You don't want to go ahead and buy like a $10,000 slicer. I don't know if any of you saw my Instagram post this evening. So I put out the stuff on the Hobart slices that I work on. I don't work on Hobart slices for just anybody. It has to be a considerable client for me to go ahead and service any of that kind of stuff. So right now, our major clients are asking us to do preventative maintenance. The preventative maintenance is in such demand at this current time. The vast majority of us are considering bringing on technicians just to handle the preventative maintenance scheduled calls that we have. So that's another thing. So every quarter, we're going around to our clients and we're cleaning all the refrigeration, taking care of filters and belts and things like that. 63 Impala, what's happening? Oh, you know what? I need to check my Instagram. Let me see what's going on Instagram. All right, I got 2 people on Instagram. Sorry about that. Hey, TMMT appliance. What's happening, brother? Glad you're able to catch the show. So yeah, we are really looking at a shift in customer behavior on the commercial side. I was sitting in traffic all day today. We have holiday traffic. For us, today was the last day of school in our school district. The last day of school for our kids, most of them, the young ones anyway. Traffic was horrible. So I had time today, So when House Call Pro called me, I was willing to fuss with him on the phone. Quite a few people they do not have an understanding of what it's like on the commercial side. They think they could just pitch us calls and we would be happy with that. And anything could be further, that could be, that is furthest thing from the truth. I had to explain to the guy at House Call Pro, he's like, oh, we gave other people like, 300 calls, 600 calls. I said, I don't need 600 individual strangers calling me. I only need one customer. On the commercial side, we only need one customer. You only need, that one McDonald's owner. You only need that one Burger King owner. You only need that one Arby's owner. And in my market, we have these owners where they diversify their portfolio. Now, for them, diversifying their portfolio means that they own, 15 Starbucks, and then they own 1 or 2 Chick-fil-A's. They'll own 35 Burger Kings, 8 Dairy Queens. What they consider diversification is having concept restaurants in beverage, having concept restaurants with the chicken protein, having restaurant concepts that are pizza. and then others that are burger. So when tastes change, uh, when the shift happens, as far as people no longer, like in my market, we had a big shift from hot dogs. So JLC, James Coney Island hot dogs, had closed almost all their stores, if not all their stores. So James Coney Island is all but gone. Now we have this upstart called Hot Dog, but which is gourmet hot dogs. But for the most part, we've had a shift. And if you were heavily invested in selling hot dogs in the Houston market, you would be financially devastated. So what people will do is they say, "Hey, look, if pizza is hot, we'll have pizza. We'll have burgers. If people are not buying burgers so much, we will have Chinese restaurants." So they'll do that. In my market, we have restaurateurs, and I follow a couple guys on Instagram. And what they do is they'll own a whole block, or they'll own an entire shopping mall, strip mall, and there'll be 7 or 8 restaurants in that strip mall. And you'll see, matter of fact, I'm going to talk about that. You'll see a what we call Kung Fu Tea, which is a drink shop. You'll see a Cold Stone Creamery, so your desserts. You'll see a Bonchons, which is fried chicken. And then you'll have a Chipotle. And the one person will own all those different food concepts. Because if people don't want to buy Chinese food, then maybe they'll go ahead and buy Mexican. And so they're hedging their bets, so to speak. So that is what we have. That's what we have with some of these very well capitalized restaurateurs. Oh yeah, hold on. While we're doing this, what I'm going to do is I am showing jobs. Now we have a number of legacy restaurant chains that are going under. It's about time. Those places were gone, were wiped clean from the retail space. They were stagnant. They were destroying the flow. With these large, artificially bloated legacy chains, you had this back dealing. So I'm not going to say any names. You would have a particular restaurant chain. You all know this chain. If I were to say the name, you would know who they were. Anytime I had a call, the manufacturer would send me to one of the restaurants, and the managers would try to get me to leave. Oh no, we didn't call you. Doesn't matter if you called me or not. You have no say in the matter. This is on the manufacturer. I have to come and take care of this. No. We want so-and-so is on their way. And I know damn well that the other service company is not on their way. How I know? Because it was only given to me. Let's just say it was given to me that day. The staff didn't even know that the thing was broken. Only one person at the restaurant knew that the item was broken. The reason for such treatment is you had a kickback situation. So at these large chains, the manager would get a kickback from the repair company, a percentage of the repair. Part of the reason for that was the hit that the manager took on their bonus. So if I came and I went to their restaurant and I did a job for $3,000, they would get a hit against their bonus on that $3,000 service. But let's say if the company that gives them the kickbacks came out, now they don't feel so bad about it because they're not going to lose all of their bonus. They're going to get the item fixed, and they're still going to get some money on the back end. And matter of fact, they don't even have to wait for the end of the quarter. They're going to get it as soon as the service company gets paid. they're going to get their kickback off that $3,000. Matter of fact, the higher the bill, the better, because more money they're going to get back in their pockets. But if I come out there and I do a job for $5,000, $10,000, that's just, they're never going to see their bonus. They're never going to see their bonus. Oh, you know what? Here it is right here. Here's a preventive. You guys are watching me. I didn't type in anything special. I typed in nothing special. Preventative. This is a PM technician, San Francisco. Let's see what the rate is on this job. Everyone is facing this onslaught of preventative maintenance calls. So in glorious San Francisco, they are looking for a preventative maintenance technician. Now, a preventative maintenance technician doesn't have to be someone highly skilled. A preventative maintenance technician just has to know how to gain access to the sensitive components on the different items. Let's see here. Providing proactive maintenance for your customers' kitchen equipment to keep it running at optimum efficiency and limit the breakdowns. The breakdowns are costing these chains irreparable damage. Every single protein needs to go out. They really don't want to throw away any food at this point. They really don't want to have to cancel any orders at this point. Every single order is life or death for these locations. Every single order is of great importance. So they're doing on-the-job training, and so this is smart care. Some would call them not so smart care, but over here we're gonna call them by their name, which is smart care. So professional SFESA certified with the potential for advancement. As I mentioned earlier, they are SFESA certified. When you guys are inquiring as to hey man, what's the best place to go and get trained on refrigeration and all that other stuff? Yeah, there it is right there. There it is right there. This is who the very top in the industry is using. Even for doing preventative maintenance, and that's just cleaning condenser coils and sometimes ice machine cleaning. If they're good enough, they could do ice machine cleaning. They're gonna get a company vehicle, they're gonna get a fuel card, a computer, and a cell phone. You know what? I myself went digitized after I had to turn down that offer because I couldn't meet. I knew I wasn't going to meet the requirements on the purchase. I knew I had to go forward with digital. So today I went and I printed out my first digital. I did my first digital invoice today from the van. It was agonizing. Every fiber of my being wanted me to put the damn laptop down, and actually I did it from my phone. Wanted me to put my damn phone down, pick up my tablet, and just handwrite in the damn cells what I did in my illegible doctor's handwriting. But no, I pulled out my phone. I have a little Bluetooth keyboard that I bought for my daughter. She never uses it. It still hooks up to my phone. I'm able to go ahead and use a full-size Bluetooth keyboard with my iPhone and type into Excel the job that I did. And that was on that vacuum sealer. And then I was able to print out an invoice. So I did that. And so now I have a digital copy of my invoice that I can search, and I don't have to scan my stuff with my phone. I don't have to take pictures of my invoices. I have it now. Anyway, so that's what you need when you have your employees. So like they said, this tech, the preventive maintenance tech, is going to leave from their home. So you don't check in anywhere. Let's see here. They're going to do the refrigerators, the ice machines, the ovens, the fryers, and the beverage equipment, that's what Learner Trade is into. The beverage equipment. He does some other stuff too, but he's well versed in the beverage equipment, doing all that preventative maintenance and even emergency repairs, installs, and removal. Let me get to the fun stuff. Once again, to shield us from any type of negative financial situation out there with the economy, you deal with your hotels, you deal with your hospitals and other commercial customers. This would be your hospital. I mean, I already said your hospitals, because hospitals are working on budgets. Hotels do things on the long term, and the when you're dealing with universities and things like that, they have funding for the future. They have funding for at least a decade into the future. Same with hospitals. And hotels never do anything for right now. Everything what hotels do. I just was at a hotel where I was working on the laundry equipment, and they're in the process of redoing that entire hotel. New carpet, new furniture, the whole nine. So they're going to have a nice refresh that's going to last them almost to 5 years before they're going to need to do another refresh. All right. So these guys, once you get working with Smart Care, this is the one in San Francisco. They send you to all the manufacturer training. That's what I tell every single one of you. It doesn't matter your expertise in the field. Every single person must go to manufacturer training. Any additional licenses as possible, certifications to progress you in your career. You don't have to lift much. They said up to 70 pounds. Steam equipment. Now, with us, a lot of stuff we do is not on the roof. Only about 10% is on the roof. And look at what you have here. High school diploma. That is all they're looking for. High school diploma or GED. High school diploma or GED. You must have a driver's license. Being on call is a must in our business. The occasional overnight is not a major thing. That is a rarity. Let's see here. So they are, this is the pre-qualified. They will help you get your EPA and any other licenses needed. That is not an issue, but you must be self-motivated. All right. So this is Smart Care. If you or anyone else you know of is interested in employment, here it is. If you got a relative that you don't want working for you, hey, I don't want you working for me, but I'll give you some information where you can go ahead and do some work in the field. So that's the information to Smart Care. They have jobs in all 50 states. All right, let's see here. And preventative maintenance is one of the big ones. I don't know why they're not telling us how much they're paying. Here's 2 locations right here. Now, Smart Care just lost. They just lost Mod Pizza, which was a nationwide contract for them. Pretty much like the same way that Velvet Taco is no longer using Branded Group. What we're finding is that these restaurants, in an effort to trim costs, they are dispatching their own service calls. All right, Allentown, Pennsylvania. I used to live out this way. All right, so out in Allentown, Pennsylvania, they're looking for refrigeration techs. And in New Jersey, New Jersey, they're looking for people. Once again, it is high school diploma or equivalent. Maybe if you got 2 years of experience, that will help. But these are all jobs that will pay you a handsome wage. And this is probably going to ask me all these other questions, but I wanted them. I could pull up. Let me see if we have any questions. All right, learn to trade says smart care. Yes, smart care is a great opportunity for those who want the training. I do. Yeah, I know that they have this whole thing about the non-compete clause and all this other stuff that they've had the ruling against. I still would say that if you have the notion that you're going to go work for somebody and think that you're going to skip off into the sunset with the information that they have, you're going to be sadly mistaken. All that's going to happen if they uphold this ruling about the non-compete clauses, it's just going to make it devastating for people like you. Devastating for people who are getting a job. All they're ever going to teach you is you're going to have fractional learning. So they're only going to show you certain things. You'll end up essentially like the PM tech, where you're only going to be doing ice machine cleaning. They're not going to teach you seal system repair part of it. They're not going to teach you how to change pumps and things like that. They're only going to teach you parts of the business, and they're never going to give you a full picture. They're going to bounce you around. So they're going to say, okay, much like how Sears used to do. They're going to, okay, this person is only going to go out and they're only going to change evaporators on systems. So that technician isn't going to know how to diagnose when the evaporator plate is bad. They're not going to know what leads up to that. They're not going to be out there doing PMs, cleaning machines. No, they're going to fragment. They're going to fragment your skill set. So it is pretty much how Sears did their people. So most people that came out of Sears, they only knew part of the service business. Only a select few, and I've known quite a few guys that did more than one concentration, but only a select few people knew like laundry and hot side and then refrigeration. Usually they would have people just doing refrigeration, and maybe someone did dishwashers. Maybe they had them doing dishwashers and washing machines, but they didn't have them doing dryers. Someone else was doing dryers and ovens. They never had them doing laundry. So washers. And that kept people with the job because they never knew enough. They never had enough to actually go out on their own. All right, Abilene, Texas, more with Pennsylvania. What is this? Birmingham, Indiana. Birmingham, Alabama. Let's see. Yep. Birmingham, Alabama. What are they looking for here? Rimco. Okay. So this is a commercial service tech. So this isn't refrigeration. This is the tech that's going to service the fryers, the combi ovens. They're doing installations, condensers. They do have them doing evaporators. Just as I explained to you before, they're going to have them doing valves, motors, fans, piping, tubing, and related components, fuses, gauges, switches, but they're not giving them the whole nine. So this one works on deck oven, pizzas, char grills, warming cabinets, and that reminds me, I have a warming cabinet to work on. So only 1 to 2 years of experience. And this is so apparently Smart Care owns Rimco. Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Rimco. And I'm surprised, learn to trade. You must be a night owl. up late. So this is Rimco. Let's see here what they got. Commercial refrigerator. As you see, they're showing you a grocery store. Now this is still grocery. So it looks like Rimco focused on the grocery business. Commercial food, commercial electrical, plumbing, and I'm telling you, this time of year, in some of your markets, they're just going to be ramping up. In my market, it is all hands on deck. We have 90-degree days already. Everybody, I'm seeing the techs in the McDonald's parking lots. I'm seeing almost every parking lot has a service tech parked in their freaking parking lot. Some places have 2 or 3 techs. We had a really strong windstorm, and it wreaked havoc on everything. It wreaked havoc. So so they own Rimco, and Rimco, excuse me, sorry about that. Wimco is covering your Pennsylvania, New York State, Rhode Island, Virginia, all the way down to North Carolina. And they're covering quite a few different disciplines, plumbing and the like. All right. Okay, all right. Learner Trade said he just got in from a call. Yes, the traffic was nuts. Oh, the traffic today. It was very reminiscent. The traffic, we got this because it's right in front of a big holiday, but the traffic was so reminiscent of Chicago. I couldn't even get mad. I mean, it is what it is. I shifted everything. Commercial is a whole lot different than residential. Commercial, you don't give them a time. I'm not giving my people a time. I just say, hey, look, I got you on the list. I'll get to you in the next 24 to 36 hours. I'll be there. And as I was driving, the traffic now I'm not digitized yet, but the areas I was going through, I have enough clients. It's at the point where anywhere I am is where I need to be. Anywhere I'm located is where I should be working at. I'm sitting in traffic and I look up and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I got that place with that slicer. I say, ooh, let me go ahead and look at that. So that's what you'll see, some odd things from me, because I have stuff that was just like nagging calls that I could push off. And so I did until an opportunity presented itself. So I was sitting in traffic, and if I saw that I can get off at the next exit and take care of a client, then that's what I did. So that's what I had been doing for the last 2 days, actually. All right. So you said, Caesar and Polly, you do the same with your commercial accounts, right? There's always someone there. That is so true. There is always someone there. I have a client that they're now open up their second huge restaurant. They take these places, these large buildings, and they turn them into these palaces for food. And so in this latest food palace, I went and did the vacuum sealer, because the owner called a couple days ago, and he said, yeah, anytime you're in the area, little did he know, my UPS spot was like 3 blocks away from there. I also take care of about a good 5 or 6 other restaurants in that same neighborhood. So I said, yeah, I'll go through. And of course, I was in traffic. So I just stopped and pulled over and went in there and worked on the vacuum sealer, because I wasn't going through traffic today. I said, I will find other things to work on. So when I was in there, oh man, I lost my track. But yeah, I was in there and I was explaining to them the other restaurants in the neighborhood. And I said, yeah, the other neighborhood is I don't know if it's a Michelin star restaurant anymore. Well, I'll just say this. The restaurant is a very high class, world renowned Japanese restaurant. They do everything by hand. Every garnish is handmade, fresh, daily. That requires that one of the sous chefs come in at 4 a.m. and they start prepping. 4 a.m. She comes in every morning and starts to make the roses out of radishes and all that other stuff that they do, out of beets and all that kind of stuff. So the only time there's no one there at that restaurant is from like 1 a.m. From 1 a.m. to 4, there's no one there. But other than that, from 4 a.m. on, from 4 a.m. to once again to midnight, there's always someone at that place. So I can always go over there and do work. If they're not a client anymore. If they were still my client, yeah, I can go on over there and do work. It was extremely hectic servicing them. It was always jam-packed in there. Every single inch of that restaurant has appliances in it or on it. It is extremely claustrophobic. So yeah, that's the wonderful thing about commercial is that you can get in there anytime. And if you all you have to do is call the owners, call the manager. They can a lot of times they can remotely open the place. They'll have a key somewhere nearby. And then they can deactivate the alarm so you can get in. They do the same thing. They do the same thing with the Ecolab when they come in to spray their pesticides. They do the same thing with Cisco when they come in to deliver food. They do the same thing with Pepsi. They come in to bring their beverages. They do the same thing. Ecolab, Pepsi, Cisco, the liquor company. When the liquor company comes in to deliver spirits and all that other kind of stuff, they open up. So you can gain access to a commercial facility. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. So I was just looking at this is some of the stuff that Remco does. So if you're on the East Coast and hey, you can't work with your brother, but your brother wants to get in and you can help him out when he's on some jobs, talking through some issues over the phone. Hey, go ahead and work for Smart Care, Remco, Ecolab. Knock yourself out. Go ahead and get started. Let's see here. Smart Care. I don't know why I'm spelling this wrong. I spelled that wrong. See, so they're saying, oh, that's an account executive. All right, Smart Care is paying $14 an hour. Let's see what Indeed has to say. How much does Smart Care pay? Let's see what they got. Average Smart Care salary, looking at $40,000 to start. Let's see what they got. It's usually more than that. Let's find out. Popular jobs. We are going to go, and that's the thing. You can always move up in the company if you're with a large conglomerate like this. Training specialist. Yeah, if you're getting a little long in the tooth, like some of us, hey man, you can go ahead into the training department because all the other guys are retiring, and they are all retiring. Smart Care is dealing with that right now. Hell, you look at the picture. Look at the picture they got right there. It's a young lady with an older guy. No, Indeed. I don't want none of that. Doggone it. Let me go back. I don't have to go back. All right, so they say, they're saying kitchen care equipment. Let's see here. Let me go back. They were saying it was, I don't know if you guys saw that. It was like $25, $30 an hour. Very little experience needed. They will hire you right away. And I don't even want freaking Texas. Let's not go with Texas. Let's. Fine. Fine indeed. Fine. We'll just do that. Oh, they are such a pain. Such a pain. Anyway, you can go ahead and do it yourself. Let's see here. All right, for service tech. All right, NYC. Hopefully, ZipRecruiter won't give me any of this garbage. Because it's easy to go with. All right, so Smart Care Service Techs, 65 grand. Average salary. National salary, you're looking at $50,000. That's what you're looking at for a service technician working for somebody else. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm right here. Down here in Houston, we have Nalco. This is where a lot of the Nalco facilities are. So Ecolab, yeah, Ecolab's got a lot of. I did a number of facilities, and yeah, they have all Ecolab filters. So it's Ecolab, and then Hinckley and Schmidt is doing a lot of filters as well. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen, 50 grand. If you're in New York City, I put in NYC. If you're in New York City, it's 65. I know you really need 85, but hey, 65. Starting off 65. That's the average salary. Not bad. Not bad. And they would give you a vehicle, they would give you a cell phone, the whole nine. You work from home. You work from home in New York City. You work from home. If you have to pay for parking, they will provide that. They will reimburse the parking with the company credit card, or they'll just set up parking directly in a place so that the van doesn't get broken into. Right? So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. So if you're in New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Connecticut, there you go. That is for you. Oh, wow, look at this. Fryer cleaner. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. See, did you ever think that there would be a job just for cleaning deep fryers? Up to $20 an hour. Just cleaning deep fryers, day in and day out. That's it. That's it. That's all. $20 an hour. $20 an hour. Doesn't take long to learn it. Oh, it is a Smart Care job. So Smart Care owns some company doing that. Here's another one. Service technician for Smart Care in Houston. They don't want to give us the freaking jobs. Smart Care doing supermarket rack technician. All right, $32 an hour. Hold on. Hey, somebody in the chat, what is it? What is $32 an hour? What does that equal out to monthly? And then give me that yearly. I'm gonna give y'all some homework. Instagram, what is that? $32.50 an hour. Any of y'all that still, it's $32.75. What is the number? Because I'm gonna keep it moving. So, and that's here in Houston, $32 an hour. They're going to train you. Almost all the jobs, 23 to 32.75. That's starting out. This is with the basic knowledge. And then once again, Smart Care with their coffee division, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They're doing the same thing. They won't give the freaking labor rate. They won't give you your employment rate. Let's see here. I'm kind of curious for South Dakota. Kind of curious. So that's going to be, the gas stations and all that kind of stuff. What Learn to Trade knows, they're going to do those bun machines. They're going to do the those fully automatic espresso machines, the hot chocolate machines, all that kind of stuff. There are jobs everywhere. If you know someone who needs a job, they are paying. See, look at that. Hourly pay with the possibility of overtime and bonus. In South Dakota, they're giving you insurance and retirement, supplemental insurance, paid vacation, and you're getting the company van. So you're going to get the company van. It's even less on the coffee side. It's 60 pounds instead of 70. All you need is a clean driving record. Clean driving record, high school diploma, mechanically inclined. That's it. That is it. That is all. Ladies and gentlemen, a job with healthcare benefits, 401k, retirement, high school diploma, no bachelors, no associates. Well, I said it backwards. No associates, no bachelors, no masters, none of that needed. And they're not even putting the hourly rate, but I am fairly certain it's also going to be around 23 up per hour doing the work on these coffee machines for Smart Care. You have, once you learn this trade, and Learn a Trade is in here, if he's still here, he could back me up on this. You are in high demand if you learn the coffee side of the business. Coffee is it's the number one drink, I want to say. Number one consumed in, well, I didn't want to do the world, but let me show you this one. I don't want Finland. So it's coffee is the number one beverage. So what the hell? We'll just do this. Why not for giggles? So yeah, United States, we're number one. We're number one. So this is how many bags of coffee people consume per year. So coffee consumption is a global thing. So like I said, these machines, very few of the machines are from the US. Your lion's share of coffee machines, Bun of course is number one, but they're not really that big when it comes to semi-automatic, volumetrics, fully automatic machines. That's not Bun stock and trade. The Italians, the Germans, the Spanish, the Swiss, even the Dutch, that is their stock and trade, is the espresso machines. So you can have a very lucrative business, or if you wanted to go and, let's just say, start over, if you wanted to get the hell out of the United States and go to another country, if you were trained in coffee machines, you would have that skill to fall back on in other countries, and vice versa. So there are people that are watching me from the Middle East, from Africa and the like. And so if you come from over there, if you come from another part of the country, you come to the United States and you have a background in coffee machines and boilers, you can hit the ground running with a $50,000-$60,000 a year job in the coffee business. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. At all. So yeah, that is coffee, the number one beverage. So yeah, lots of work. And once again, this is with Smart Care. So this is just they have so much work in their coffee side of the business. They actually spun it off. So Smart Care spun it off into this espresso thing, partially because it gets into leasing. So if you guys want to learn more about coffee, contact me, contact Learn a Trade, and we will guide you into the right direction on the coffee side of things, especially if you want to lease equipment, sell equipment. That is always available to you with little to no roadblocks. There's nothing in your way. All that they want from you is a client. All you need is someone willing to either sign their name to a 2-year lease or a 3-year lease that has been in business for at least 2 years. If they've been in business 2 years, all they need to do is sign their name on a dotted line, and you will have a client. This includes churches. A lot of churches have their little coffee bars now, so you can always sign up a church. All you have to do is talk with any of these companies. I'll help you through it, but you just talk to any of these: Astra, Ascata, La Chimbali, any one of them, and they'll send you over the form. You have your client fill out the form, put out the dollar amount, what you want to charge them, and boom, you'll have a check in your hand. You'll have a check in your hand quicker than you can imagine. Quicker than you can imagine. There'll be so many. Your bank account will be nice and fat. All right, so that is one. I myself am not big on churches. I am not that big on churches, but all right, so that's them. Let me see here. We since we're in the coffee thing, Bun. All right, Bun is going to be hiring techs, and they're actually, it's not official yet, so I have to say this is unsubstantiated, and allegedly there is going to be a spinning off of the labor side of things, much like Ecolab did with Smart Care. Bun is looking to do the same thing with their service arm. So Bun is so here's in Nashville, Tennessee. Tennessee, $23 an hour is not bad. And that's actually Aramark. Anybody in here not know who Aramark is? Well, since you guys are so chatty, I'm gonna help you out with that. This is Aramark. I can deliver a much better product to you if you tell me what you are not familiar with. I know this stuff, and I don't know what you do not know. That's the whole situation. What's common knowledge to me might not be common knowledge to you. So Aramark is really big with the office space, right? Aramark is extremely big with the stadiums. That is one of their sweet spots. There's the facilities management, food services. They take care of Minute Maid Park. Supply chain, uniforms. Yeah, they do the uniforms and everything else. So some of you might know Aramark for some of these different things that they do. Like a lot of people would know them for the floor mats and the uniforms. So if you're an auto mechanic or like if you work for like UPS or any of that kind of stuff, you would put your uniforms in the locker, and then Aramark comes and they'll take your dirty uniforms and then they'll replace it with fresh ones. They'll replace them with fresh ones. They come to hotels. They come, no, not just hotels, but let's just say they come to those large high rises, those large office buildings, and they'll come and they'll take the floor rug, and you'll see it is a little small symbol on it, and it says Airmark. They'll roll it up, take that sucker to the truck, come back with a fresh one, unroll it, because they clean everything in their facilities. So this is Airmark. And so what they do with the stadiums, they're essentially running all the facilities in the stadiums. They're doing the repair on the equipment. I showed that one where Airmark was involved with the dispatch that I had on taking care of that Coke machine or the Pepsi machine at not BBVA, at Minute Maid Park. So Airmark had the contract for it. Airmark had that contract. So they're the ones handling all the equipment repair and the stuff that they can't do. Then they have to outsource that to people like myself. There's the cleaning. Yep. So they clean all the seats at the stadiums, all that kind of stuff. The painting, the maintenance of the ventilation equipment, the whole nine. The whole nine. They do that. So in order for them to be able to do this kind of stuff, they need a large workforce. And I have never heard of anybody quitting Airmark. Oh, so here we go. Once again, smoke detectors. Smoke detectors. So they're CO2 detector. You must at least entertain getting trained in the smoke detection side of the business. I've been seeing Tyco humping. I mean, they've been rolling around like oh man, like a scene from Sicario, just like 4 or 5 of those suckers just flying down the road at like 60 miles an hour, just like, we dare you to mess with us. They just, dude, they're out there killing it. They are out there doing their thing. Let me show you what Airmark jobs, and this time we're gonna do Baltimore. We're gonna do Baltimore. Since that's a big thing. All right, yeah, they have the chef jobs. So Townsend, Maryland, chefs, because once again, they're running everything. Airmark will repair the equipment in the kitchen. They're cooking the food in the kitchen. They're cleaning the uniforms in the kitchen. They're providing the fresh towels in the kitchen. And they're changing the floor mats in the kitchen. Airmark is just savage like that. Food service director for the university, food service manager. Here we go. Northrop Grumman. All you guys out there, like that's a custodial worker, dishwasher for Guinness. They're taking care of Guinness. Oh, let's see here. Facilities worker. There we go. Facilities for Guinness. Food service manager again. So this covers the baker at Guinness, retail sales worker, floor technician. So they call the buffer for the floors a floor technician. I guess so. If they're working at Northrop Grumman, weapons of mass destruction. Anyway, so you're going to be disinfecting receptacles and carts and everything else. So look at all these jobs. They won't even give they're doing the correctional facilities, food truck for Guinness, food truck. Let me see if I can find Airmark. Let me see if they have anything to say tech. But you can differentiate the tech jobs. I'm just doing a rudimentary search. A rudimentary search. Hey, no problem. I'll catch up with you. Yeah, this heat has been beating us all down. I'll catch up with you later. Yeah, I'm delirious myself, but I said I was gonna come on tonight. What I'm gonna do in the future, what I'm gonna do in the future, as soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna post up. Um, I've seen on a lot of other channels, they have the banners on the screen, and then it had the times, and let's see here. It has the times and stuff. Nice little overlays and stuff like that. And they got the nice little icons and things, and they say, "Oh, I'm on Mondays at 7," stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. So that way anybody who's watching the stream will be able to see, yeah, I come on Mondays, and then I'm trying to do Thursdays after Mike Sneed. So yeah, y'all causing that brother to have premature gray hair. I bet his own kids don't even give him as much gray hair as you guys do. All right, so once again, here's all the jobs. They're all the so. Oh, there we go. Airmark with HVAC, right? Look at that, $90,000 a year. $90,000, 85 to 90. See, so it's not like I'm like picking the highest number. It's only a $5,000 difference. Monday through Friday, not weekends. HVAC maintenance, right? And that's the class 1. That's not HVAC tech level 2. That's tech level 1. That's entry level tech. It's tech level 1. $90,000 in Hunt Valley, Maryland. So don't say I'd ever, showed you guys anything over there. You're always acting like people picking on Baltimore. So there you go. If you have any training in HVAC, or if you got that one relative that you don't want working with you, they can, if you say, "Hey, look, man, hey, brother-in-law, I can't work with you no more. Hey, go take this job over there. It's 90 grand. Go with God, my child. Go with God. Be fruitful and multiply." So I understand that, the economy is going through this turmoil. I understand that there's issues out there, but I mean, you see it, right? I just randomly, boom, I just randomly picked Maryland. And there we go, right there. HVAC job, 90 grand. Tech level 1. Tech level 1. This is just responsible for the operation, installation of heating and ventilation. Job has only been out 3 days. 3 days. Damn. 3 days. And that's what, see, the rest of these jobs, they don't even want to show you how much they're paying. But 3 days. 3 days the job's been out. And nobody snatched it up yet. Nobody snatched it up. So understand this, in order for there to have an economy that would affect you. Wow, you guys really like seeing about that one, man. I gained about like 5 more viewers on that one. So in order for you to yeah, I guess some of you guys are looking to relocate, huh? You said what? 90 grand. 90 grand. Yeah. So 90 grand. This is Airmark, which is a top company, 401k, the whole nine. Let me show you how much Airmark makes. Airmark revenue for 2023 is, and see, once again, so I mean, damn near every company I show you, Airmark is doing $18 billion. $18 billion. And they got a job for you. Well, if you don't want it, if you like your independence, they got a job for your brother. They got a job for your sister. They got a job for your cousin. If you wanted to bring them on, train them up a little bit, and then get them out of your hair. So then they're not leeching off of you. They're not complaining. Oh man, you just don't want to, you just don't want to help nobody. All right, cool. Come, hop on, ride with me. We gonna hop in that, 1985 Toyota Tercel. We gonna go ahead and do some jobs. We gonna trade some relays, some capacitors, and I'm gonna shove you on over there to Airmark. You're gonna go ahead and get your EPA cert, and I'm gonna push you on over there, and you go ahead and make your 85 to 90 grand a year as a tech level 1, not 2, not 3, a tech level 1 with Airmark, the $18.85 billion company as of 2023. But I'm always showing you these struggling companies. Man, y'all just got so much to say. Even you too on Instagram. Got all this stuff to say. Look at y'all. All right, let me see here. So I showed you the poor people. All right, let me see here. Jobs, Miami, Florida. No. I'm gonna do Lake Worth. Lake Worth, Florida. Commercial appliance technician. 200 plus jobs. Check that out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at here. Would you look at here? What is that? What is that? What is that? And how many keystrokes did I do? English is my first language, but I've never been a good speller. I can spell. I can actually, say a couple of words in a couple of languages, but my spelling is horrific. So here it is, right there. Couple of keystrokes. What do we end up having? We end up having, and now I gotta find the damn tab. I don't know where the hell that tablet went. I don't know where the hell that tab went. All right, so here we go with maintenance tech for McDonald's in Lake Worth. 50 grand starting off, no degree, and you getting your health insurance in Lake Worth. Just so this is only working for McDonald's. All you're gonna do is McDonald's, bro. All you're gonna do is McDonald's. This is a family-owned McDonald's franchisee looking for their own tech. Why are they looking for their own tech? Because they're tired of getting it with no Vaseline by the large companies that are there. All right, they tired of grabbing ankles. Oh, they're based in West Palm, right? So they going from Lake Palm all the way down to Boca and Fort Pierce. You're gonna get your 401k, your health, your dental, your life insurance, 2 weeks off, your McDonald's food that's gonna shorten your life. You're gonna get free meals and meal discounts. You only need 2 years of experience. So once again, it's on. You could bring your family members on, train them up a little bit, or maybe you're unsure. Like I said, this is one of the situations where you could work for somebody, and then this situation, you could work for them. You get trained on those Garland clamshells. You get trained on the Frymaster Love fryers. You get trained on the warmers. You get some FBD experience. You're going to learn some Charles. Yeah, learn Charleston. Taylor. You're going to learn about the McCafe, which is the damn, I got the machine in my garage. Anyway, you're gonna learn about the machine that the blending cup. You're gonna learn about the blending cup, and then there's not gonna be a non-compete once you leave this McDonald's franchisee. You're not actually working for McDonald's. You're working for this owner and the different McDonald's that they have. Once again, to bring it all full circle, to bring it all full circle, this is like what I'm talking about. If you get a restaurant, you'll have more than enough work servicing all those restaurants that those owners operate. This family owns so many McDonald's that they would prefer to have their own technician, because even though it's going to cost them, hold on 1 second, even though it's going to cost them, how much was it? Oh, okay. Even though it's going to cost them, stop it. Damn it. All right, 70. All right, so it's going to cost them 70 grand in just the labor. Then the health insurance is probably going to cost them another 20 grand. The 401k is going to cost them, another, 20 grand. Health insurance, the truck the truck that you're going to be driving around is going to cost them another just 50 grand, 50 to 100 grand just for the truck. Then all the tools that they're going to supply. So they're going to be dumping $250,000 into having their own tech. More than likely, they're spending, I don't even know how many locations they have, but more than likely they're spending, on the low end, they're spending $2 million on repair. On the low end. On the low end, they're spending. Now, I'm including not just appliance repair, but like they said here, you're gonna do some building maintenance, including electrical and plumbing. Not heavy stuff. Electrical is like sockets. Plumbing is like the drains and like the PVC for the sinks. The plumbing for the different appliances, the ice machine drain, the drains on the roof for the air conditioning, that kind of plumbing. That's what they mean. Leaking faucets, the plumbing in the bathroom as far as the sinks and toilet and stuff like that in the bathroom. I do it for my own client. I do it for my own clients. So what we got here? Luke said, "Good evening." Oh man, no, don't worry about it. I'm just going over how people can handle this oncoming poorly performing economy, right? So with the economy taking a dive, locations closing, all that fun stuff. What I did was I was showing that there are other companies out there like Airmark going, 2023 they did 18.85 billion. They are hiring technicians as we live and breathe. They are currently, this $18 billion corporation is hiring people with GEDs or high school diploma and a rudimentary knowledge of refrigeration. And they will hire you. You don't even need a rudimentary knowledge of refrigeration. You just have to have the desire, the will to, and a positive attitude. They will get you trained up. The training is the least of everyone's concern. Let me make myself bigger. The training is the least bit of concern for any of us. Training can be overcome within days. Your lack of knowledge in the field is overcome in a matter of days. When it comes to organizations such as Aramark, like I said, that's hiring chefs and floor technicians and everything else. When you're dealing with Aramark, you're relatively doing the same things over and over and over again. So there's not you're not being trained on a wide range of items. When you're like, just say in Houston, if you had a job as a technician for Aramark, you wouldn't do Chevron building, you wouldn't do BP building, you wouldn't do that kind of stuff. If your job is the Minute Maid Park, if your job is the Minute Maid Park, guess what? They're gonna plop you there at Minute Maid Park. You ain't going nowhere. That's your territory. That's where you're gonna be. So you're gonna learn how to service the refrigerators in the Minute Maid Park. You're gonna learn how to service the griddles and the grills. You're gonna learn how to service the slushy machines, whether it be Cornelius or FBD. You're gonna learn how to service soda machines. You're gonna learn how to service the ventilation and everything else as it pertains to that building. And it doesn't matter if it takes you 5 years or 10 years. It's a job that they want you there on the long run. That's why you typically see these people that are in these positions and they've been in those positions 20, 30 years. Your actual, if you do not ask for them to move you and they put you in the Airmark, and they put you in the Minute Maid Park and they keep that contract for 30 years, you're gonna be there for 30 years. You're gonna be there for 30 years unless you get asked to move, because they want you there knowing that, oh yeah, if you hear a particular sound in the air conditioning, you're gonna be able to go ahead, get on that cherry picker, get up there and just knock it right out, and it's not gonna be an issue. If it needs to be replaced, you're gonna know best way to get it in and out, get that unit replaced, and be ready for whatever events are coming up. So just letting you know, once again, this stuff is, I know every damn company I keep showing you makes $1 billion, but it's right there. They're all making a pretty penny. There's nothing to stop you from making a pretty penny your damn self. Now you don't have to. Let me see. Smart Care job. Let's see here. Appliance tech. Oh, let's see here, Chicago. So let's see here. Senior account. I don't want accountant. Hey, there we go. There we go. Yeah, not bad. Oh, damn it. I hate this Indeed. Man. So that's $22 an hour in Chicago to be an appliance technician for Smart Care. So that's $22 an hour. Let's see what else they got. That's more Indeed. Indeed is going to screw me over. Let's see what they got. All right, fine. Let's see here. Oh, let's go back. So, hey, I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. Audience participation, please. What are your thoughts on the subject? And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be on Monday. Well, Monday is the holiday. Should I come on Monday? I think Monday's the holiday, right? I'll probably come on Monday, even though there probably won't be that many people here. Well, I am worldwide after all. Damn. So what are your thoughts on the subject? ZipRecruiter. So you see, they have jobs. Smart Care has jobs everywhere. And I asked for Chicago. I don't know why the hell they keep showing me California. All over California, they have jobs. All over. Appliance repair technicians, Santa Clarita, California, Richmond, California. So these are, I've been trying to stick with the appliance, but they have so many, so many other jobs. As you've seen before, they have chef jobs. They have, like, even Smart Care has some pesticide type jobs. But these are, I know it's not much, $27 an hour in California, but 27 in California, 27. This is just one. So this is Smart Care. Let me see if salary.com. Let me see what they're gonna show me. Oh, this one. So Smart Care. Bam. Oh no, this is Commercial Kitchen. Wait a minute. Why did I say Smart Care? So you get a sign-on bonus. You get a sign-on bonus with this one. And they're gonna send you to Sylvester training. That new it's an onboarding class. It's new, so they teach you. All right, so there you go. There you go. And this is what you want for Chicago. This is what you want. I don't care what part of Chicago you in. This is what you want. $53,000 starting off. So that's starting off for an appliance commercial tech working for Smart Care. 53. Higher up is 69. So 50 to 70 grand. Right. So 63 Impala says he doesn't see anything wrong with working for somebody and getting paid to learn the business. Right. Now, remember what I said. That applies to working directly for like a McDonald's, a Jack in the Box. Who has their own people? McDonald's will have their own people. Jack in the Box will have their own people. Sometimes Wendy's will have their own people. So when it comes to that is fine, because when you break away from them, there's nothing in the law books that says that you can't go to work for Aramark. There's nothing in the books that says you can't go work for any of these other places. And there's no way for them to block you from doing it. But if you go and you work for Smart Care and you go and you get all the training and you leave, now all your training is going to have Smart Care on it. There's going to be an emblem there somewhere. It's going to say Smart Care. All your records are going to be with Smart Care. And you go somewhere else, so you can't hide it. They're automatically going to assume that you're going to do the same to them. So a lot of times they'll try to blacklist you. All right, so you're reluctant to sign up for W-2. I prefer this being my own boss situation. As slow as I may be from time to time, I know if I stick it out, there will be no ceiling. All right. Hey, where are my glasses at? I know there will be no ceiling. Yep. So, yes, there is no ceiling. I don't like to tell people numbers. I don't want to give you hopes and dreams. I don't want to there is no limit as to how much you can make in this business, right? But that depends entirely up to you. Yeah, I understand they just smacked it down. But that's the same reason why right? I had an uncle, he was in the computer industry, and yeah, if they blacklist you, they blacklist you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, all your training, if you have it from Smart Care, it's all gonna say Smart Care. It's not like your training is from Frymaster. Frymaster goes to the Smart Care facility, you go to the Smart Care facility, get the training. So your stuff says Smart Care Tech. It's not like and then your training is in the books with Smart Care. Your training isn't on the books for Frymaster, right? So when you leave and you say, yeah, I've had that training on the clamshell. I've had that training on the love fryer. They're gonna open up them books. They open up the books. And they're gonna be like, They're like, what'd you say your name is? What'd you have class? Yeah, training. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. No, we don't have you there. Oh, you had it at Smart Care. Oh, well, that explains it then. All right. Yeah, your training is with them. You have to get retrained with us. That is what they do. They do all kind of little stuff like that. They throw all kind of roadblocks. What's the most applicable trade to commercial appliances? Electrician, plumbing, or HVAC tech? HVAC tech will be number one. The vast majority of techs that are in the field came from some kind of HVAC training. So that's number one. The other people, you get people like Mike Sneed that were electricians. So he was a trained electrician. So you have those. So I think he was an electrician and he went over to Sears and then he left Sears and did his own thing. And then plumber is last because plumber doesn't really equate all that well. You have plumbers that are also trained in other disciplines. Then you can come on over. But the vast majority of the plumbing trade now, I've had a lot of training in plumbing, but yeah, I would never assume to be a plumber. Um, yeah, it's a different thing. Plumbing is really different. So HVAC is one, electrician is two. Because if you're an electrician, you could diagnose anything with the circuit. So that's helpful to, I'd say, about 90% of the equipment. It doesn't help you with what you see in the screen behind me. None of those is hooked up to electricity. That griddle isn't hooked up to electricity. That grill isn't hooked up to electricity. There's a stove top right here that there's a pot sitting on top of. It's not hooked up to electricity. Um, but the chef base down there, yeah, there's electricity. There's a schematic. Electrician can go to town on that. The fryer, that fryer, it uses millivolt charges. So it uses a millivolt of electricity, and the charge is generated by a pilot, by a flame, much like what a plumber does with a hot water tank. So, yeah, there's that. So sorry about the jumbled answer, but yeah, there you go. There you go. But you still, no matter what training that you have in any of these disciplines, you're still going to need to learn the appliance business. And each one of these different manufacturers is slightly different than the others. You have different forms of ignition. You have different forms of, like these behind me. Like I said, there's no electricity. There's no millivolt, but you have millivolt holding the pilots open. But you don't have a sparker module box igniting the pilot on these back here behind me. You do have grills and grills that have that. So they're all different. And then at the pinnacle, what we have right now is the clamshell grill. And the only reason why that's the pinnacle is because it has a measured travel with the platen grill at the top. And so it has to come down to a certain height in order to make contact with the protein, make sure it gets cooked properly. So too much is not good. Too little, it doesn't transfer the heat to the food. So you got that, and it's got these expensive arms that are fragile and break, and then you also have a heating element inside the arm. So it's right about now, it's like the the creme de la creme of cooktops right now. Any one of that griddle up there, that griddle you can add platen arms to it. So they've done that now. They're not gas, they're going to be 220-volt electric. And with that, I've gone on for an hour and a half. I only really want to come on here for 30 minutes because I am zapped. Let me check with the people on Instagram. I don't have any comments or questions from Instagram. Nada. Nothing. Nothing from Instagram. So I am going to wrap this up. Let me flash this once again for the like, the share, the subscribe. I'll be back on Monday. I'm going to start to put that stuff up. And then what we got? Oh, no problem. No problem. I just wanted to, I see you all have a lot of questions, a lot of concerns. So I wanted to to let you all know, hey, these companies have a lot of money. A lot of money. They are paying. They are paying. There's Coker, which is CSI Coker. Let me see here. Let me see what Coker's paying. Coker's a Safessa company. Matter of fact, it's so Safessa that TJ Coker was head of Safessa at one point in time. He was elected head of Safessa. So yeah, that's how integrated they are with Safessa. Once again, all of these wages are going to be competitive amongst the different companies. So once again, all they're looking for is a high school diploma or a GED. And they really want you to just have a damn driver's license. Have a driver's license and then no DUIs. All right. No DUIs. And that's about it. See, high school. Then if you, like I said, see right there, they say EPA is a plus, not mandatory. We will train and provide you with testing for the EPA, right? So that's what they're going to do. And that's what the others will do. That's what the others going to do. No problem. Hey, Luke Miller, good night. And I will see you guys on the next one.
Back.